the jailbreak that took place in Kuje prison in the state, or may I call it the center of power of the zoo. You and I know very well that in Kuje prison, for those who have been there or who have visited there, in Kuje prison, if you talk about security, if you talk about tight security, tough security, Kuje prison is included. A place you cannot penetrate without being permitted to do so. No matter how equipped you are, you approach Kuje prison, you will be defeated. But surprisingly, the same Kuje prison today is where they are telling you there is no CCTV that monitors in and out of every activity that is going on in that Kuje prison. Then you ask yourself, is that true? The answer is no, that is not true. You remember the programmer anchored with George Money on his platform. I do mention something that the Kuje prison attack is a state-sponsored attack. Not just only state-sponsored attack, presidential-sponsored attack. That's what Kuje prison was made for. And that particular move was to release all the terrorists being held in that particular place, because they cannot release them through law. They cannot release them through justice. It will tarnish their image more and more. So the only solution they have come, the presidential, well, let me call it Asarok came up with, is to go through jailbreak to liberate those terrorists, those hard terrorists who have caused havoc in the zoo. Because the hour they need them now, the hour they need them is now. They are needed more than ever before. They are needed more than ever before. So they have to release them for the upcoming mission, because the mission is already done. So they need those who have this experience, who have been in the game for too long, to lead those who they have imported into the country for this already planned mission. And that also another way plan why they conducted that particular jailbreak from Asarok is because they have a plan to go and break into DSS as well and killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the second plan for that. And as they succeeded, they watched the reactions of our politicians, those politicians from the Oduduwa land, those politicians from Biafra land, those politicians from Middle Belt. They watched their reaction. Their reaction was not tough enough. So they counted the Kuje prison plan jailbreak as a success ahead of what will take place in DSS office, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being keep incommunicado. So that is the new plan on table. If they have succeeded in this tight security area, then they will also succeed in DSS headquarters. These are the plan. So that is why I have come up on air to alert the world what is about to come. I have so many information today to release. I have so many information today to release. That is why I don't like coming on air, except if I have launched my investigation and my investigation have concluded. Then I release it to all Biafrans and as well to the world to know that we are more step ahead of our enemies, so that nobody will play ignorant that we did not have this information on ground. As I am speaking now, Asorok is watching. As I am speaking to you right now, DSS officers, they are watching. As I'm speaking to you now, all what is running in their head now is, who is among us that is sabotaging our plan? Those who have this plan with some few greedy politicians from Biafra land and Oduduwa land. Where they are sitting there right now is, they will be saying, who is among us who is sabotaging us? Nobody is sabotaging your plan, your evil plan. What is sabotaging your evil plan is the Spirit of God that enters one of those people who play to be among you. Because with that Spirit of God, we cannot know what is going on within. Spirit of God must enter into somebody to say, no, this must not happen. That is how God operates. So, you are panicking. You shouldn't panic anyway. So what you will do is to drop your plan and know that that plan, that road you are going to take will lead, because we Biafran are going to resist every attempt. We are going to make it tougher to the world. We are going to make it tougher to every breathing thing that is in existence in Nigeria. Any breathing thing that exists in Nigeria, we have this own part of heat before everybody will not depart. Because I keep on saying that what we be, we be. What we be, we be. What we be, we be. Whenever I say this word has so many meanings. Either you choose to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or you choose to free him, Biafra will come. Biafra will come. So I want this particular war to run into the head of these evil people who want to cause war in that land called the zoo. Disintegration of Nigeria does not require any war. But those who want to turn it into war are those criminals who does not want people who are found there, those children who are found there, to live like other children who are living in abroad, who are living in UK, who are living in America, who are living in other part of the developed world. Because these individuals, these cabals, they have vowed that there is nobody found in this land, there is nobody found in the zoo that they want to see enjoy the potential that God put in that land. They have vowed with their life, they have vowed with their head. And no matter their vow, we are fully on ground waiting for their action. Then we will give them that exactly what they have been searching for a decade. We are going to release it to them. And the world are going to see it, that the world are going to marvel. The world are going to say, stop. There will be no room to stop. So I am calling on those politicians. I am calling on those politicians from the eastern region to desist from this plan. Let them quickly quit and see the danger ahead of this plan. Because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Nnamdi Kanu, you are holding is an institution himself. Nnamdi Kanu you are holding is a nation himself. So when you try to invade a nation or to kill a nation, you also ready to bear the consequences of that particular the repercussion of what that particular affected nation is going to bring to your table. I am saying it today because I have to say it the way it is. I have to say it the way it is, without fear or favor of anybody. If you are among them who sat on the round table to come up with this solution, this is not solution. I call it disaster. I call it disaster. That is what I call it to be. It is pure disaster. It is a pure disaster. It's a disaster that will lead so many of you into running to exile forever of your life without returning home. Without returning home. So earlier you realize this, better for Nnamdi Kanu is not a man, is not a politician, is not your colleagues that you can bring and say, let us do him this way, let us do him this way, we can get out with this. No, Nnamdi Kanu is beyond that, man. Nnamdi Kanu is completely beyond that particular plan. So, releasing the high profile terrorists in Kuje prison, another way, and you sit down. I don't blame the terrorist Fulanese in Asarok. I don't blame them terrorist Fulanese in National Assembly. The people I blame is the criminals from the Oduduwa land and Biafra land. These criminals that does not understand that anybody who hated your father will also hate you. The hater of your father, be rest assured that will hate you forever until you grow old and die. And as soon as you are growing old, it's going to transfer that seed of hatred into their own children. Their own children are going to hate their own children. Earlier we understand this, better for us. Earlier we understand particularly this thing that I am talking about. Better for all of us. Because I have seen that we are so daft. We are so stupid sometimes. All what we want is we are working to gain favor from where the oil money is flowing from. We are trying to get favor for those who are in charge. I want to be the richest in my region by collaborating with the enemy against my father's house. But in other way, before your enemies, you are digging your grave. You are helping your enemy to dig your grave in a perfect way, paving ways for the enemy to come in. I am not here to beg to plead with anybody. Whosoever that plead with the Fulanese or this terrorist government, that person must be the greatest stupid fellow on earth. I am not here to plead with you, but what I'm here to tell you that we have already know the plan ahead. We have already know the plan ahead. Before the jailbreak, we have already know that this plan is down already. But we are looking at when and how is this plan going to be executed. So you decided to lead Asarok mercenaries into Kuje prison to carry out the operation. After carrying out operation, because they are working hand to hand. ISWAP now, they now release a video. ISWAP have claimed the responsibility of Kuje jailbreak. No. ISWAP is Boko Haram. Boko Haram is Asarok. Asarok is ISWAP. ISWAP is Asarok. That is one thing today I want people, the world, to understand. There is no demarcation or no boundary with these people. Whenever you see ISWAP, ISWAP is carrying the activities of Asarok. Asarok is carrying the activities of ISWAP. ISWAP is carrying the activities of Boko Haram. They are all in the same package with different name, with different way in a disguise. Imagine CCTV in you and I know that that particular Kuje prison has the most finest CCTV you can ever talk about. But this particular CCTV was disconnected. It was disconnected 2 days before the attack. It was disconnected 2 days before the attack. The same way they are working hard to see, because they are waiting to get a signal. They are waiting to settle some of our traditional rulers in Biafra land. Because this mission of Mazi and Kanu is totally for Biafra territory. So they want to get in touch with some few traditional rulers. Those they know that that can stand up and ask questions of what's happened. So they are trying to get them on board. Negotiation is ongoing. Now let me say this. We know every member of Ohanes and Digo. Both the so-called the Ohanes and Digo youth. We know all of you by your household. We know all of you by your identity. We know all of you by your father's home. So, if you choose to leave, if you choose to stay in the land, desist from that plan. But if you choose to go to exile or be laid to pit where you will die, carry on that particular mission. I am talking to all the Igwes in Biafra land, all the traditional rulers. If anything happened to Mazi and Kanu, Nigeria is going to be on fire. I am saying it on camera. Hold me responsible. Nigeria is going to be every child born in Nigeria, every woman and man born in Nigeria. Nigeria will be a desert for every. In fact, I thought there is one thing that Adolf Hitler said. The other time he said is going to make Africa a farmland. Now, what I am telling these cabals is, if anything touches Mazi and Kanu in your hand, Mazi and Kanu must be released as a free man, because he does nothing. Everything he said is what your activities is. So when a man review the criminality of a state, does not mean that that man have committed crime. No. He revealed that you will change and begin to do things right. But in your own area, in your own case, you have chosen to continue in that criminal activities of yours without any sign or act of repentance or let us make a change. That what this man is saying is pure truth from heaven. Because we know what you have planned. We know everything. We know everything. And there is another thing I want to tell the so-called youth in Nigeria. Is if you're a youth from the Yoruba land, I've said this thing before, and I keep on repeating this thing. You see this coming, this distraction they call presidential election. This is where you are going to be consumed. Be ready. Be ready. You are going to see movie like Afghanistan. Afghanistan movie will be a child play to compare what is going to happen before the election in Nigeria. The game have matured. Did I told you that this is a projected game by the Fulanis and the jihadists around the world to invade Nigeria? The game have completely matured. What is the game? What is the game? What is the game? One man without certificate, illiterate, who have never gone to school in his life before, Tinubu, have taken a terrorist as his running mate. Do you see the game? Do you see the game? Do you see the game now? Do you see the game? This is how distraction will consume all of you, called the youth. You are going to sink, because this particular game presented before you was a test to all of you, either to know, either to ask them that you are not among this game, give us a referendum. But since they have seen that the youth are so stupid, the youth have jumped into that trap of that game. So you have given the jihadists advancement more chances to consume you, because this game was presented by the Fulanis and Britain to say, to test the thinking faculty of this youth. And immediately this game was presented, the youth jumped into it. They say, we thought that this man have planted a seed of wisdom in them. All of them, let me tell you what the word thing, let me tell you what the Britain thought. They thought that Mazi and Kanu have planted the seed of wisdom in the life of all the youth in Nigeria. But unfortunately, they projected the game and presented the game before you. The next thing they see is that they begin to ask themselves, what have this man done all these years in Radio Biafra? So all the wisdom lecture that this man have been dishing out in his radio. So these children, this youth have never learned anything from the lecture of this man. They say, we got them. What the British sit down and say, they say, we have gotten them. We have catch them very cheap. While the Britain are jubilating that they have captured the Nigerian youth, Britain never knew as well that the Fulanis is also targeting them to take over. But where the Britain, you see, only thing that Britain is concerned about is the free oil they are sucking from Biafra land. So anything that will stop that free oil is where they are against. Because referendum will bring in checkmate. It will bring in what I call accountability in everything, in every activities. And this is exactly what the Britain does not want to be established in Africa. They don't want anything called accountability in Africa, like the way it is in their own land. They can remove their own prime minister because of corruption, financial corruption. But the same Britain are soliciting with people, with a government, with administration that are so corrupt. This is where the youth should have come and say, wow. So why is these people love what they call sanity in their own system? Why are they being the one channeling and empowering corruption in our own system? Why? This is what the youth will sit down and ask themselves. Begin to ask themselves a very deep question. Begin to ask themselves a very deep question. particular election is to give a room. Now they have changed strategy. The strategy they have changed now is they are giving them military uniform and transporting them from all the way from border of Niger down to the Yoruba land, down to the Biafra land. In the name of, they are bringing in your military in your land. And I want there is something like that is one secret I want to leak out today here. Every woman who know that their husband in Nigeria army have never called them or he have never reached them for over 3 months now or 4 months now. Group yourself. All of you, do you understand me? Understand my directive now. Look at the directive I want to give to this woman. If you know your husband is in Nigeria army and you have never had anything from him for good 4 months now or 3 months now, if you know you are from Yoruba, you are a Yoruba woman, your husband is in Nigeria army, if you know you are from Biafra land and your husband is in Nigeria army and you never hear anything from that your husband for good 3 months or 4 months now, I know what I'm talking about. I know the information I have on my hand. All of you, group yourself. The Biafrans women who their husband is in Nigerian army, who have never heard anything from their husband for a period of months, group yourself as people from Eastern region. People from Oduduwa, group yourself. This woman, group yourself. March down to the man in charge of your traditional rulers in your own region. Do you hear what I said? I think it's Oni of Ife that is in charge of traditional rulers in Yoruba land. All of you, group yourself. That is why I said, you know, Nigeria is not a one country. If it is a one country, I could have said, go to government.
My wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.